What's up, everybody? Welcome back to iTunes Live from Comic-Con 2016. I'm Damon. This is Eric. We're joined by the cast of Riverdale.
Hello.
It's a new show coming to CW in October, based on...
Actually, no, mid-season.
January.
Yeah.
Oh, I had. Oh, but the pilot's out in October. Is that right?
No, they
Yeah.
don't.
Never
This-
mind.
Damon.
Tear it all up. It is a new show coming sometime in
Yes.
the future,
Yeah.
based on the characters from the Archie comics.
Yeah.
Correct.
But maybe not the same Archie comics we remember
We say
Not
this
at
is
all.
not your parents' Archie comic.
from way back when. Oh, now I'm all out of order.
This is a very interesting take on it.
Yeah, it's most similar to the most
The
recent
reboot.
comic written by
Yeah.
Mark Waid and Fiona Staples.
Yeah. So it's definitely, our show is a lot more modern and, for a modern audience, we represent Veronica Lodge, Betty Cooper, and Archie Andrews, but, unlike the bright, happy, sunshiny
Slapstick comedy of the comics.
The comic books, we're kind of the opposite. Our tone is a lot darker. It's sexy and it's edgy and.
It's still fun and young and lively, but
Right.
yeah.
It's not as depressing as it sounds.
Right.
We make it out to be, but it's. I don't know. Someone else talk.
Someone else talk.
Take it away.
No, we're just taking the same characters from Archie comics and placing them in a different world
right.
that is darker, edgier, and all of those things.
It almost feels like from the footage I've seen, like there's like a noir feel
Oh, yeah.
to it.
Yeah, and there's a narrator.
Yeah.
Jughead is the narrator.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, what is your Jughead like?
Cole Sprouse.
Yeah.
He's emo and he's totally emo, and he's lonely and
He's
Jughead
the
is definitely
He's the
probably
outsider.
To me, I think Jughead is probably the most interesting character.
Yeah?
When I was reading this script, but like he's really mysterious. You don't really get to see as much of him in our first episode as you do the
Right.
rest of the characters. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited to work more with Cole.
Yeah, his character's more
Mysterious.
He's not the kind of goofy dude that he is.
Behind the scenes more.
Yeah, he is like in real life, but not not our Jughead. Our Jughead is a lot more. I guess he's the mystery a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
And what's this Archie like? Again, because people have some people have a very specific idea of Archie, but like you said, the comics have already been reinterpreting him.
Yeah, exactly. It gets. I mean, from what I've seen, the more recent comics are getting so much more similar to what we're trying to project.
Right.
And aside from all the dark stuff that everyone's saying, it's so dark and subversive, there are some really light, humorous things. And
Very
aside from that,
quippy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well written, smart.
Yeah.
And
Lots of pop culture references.
yes.
but aside from that, you can still recognize your classic characters from the comics if you read the comics, like the.
Well, there are a lot of nostalgic elements to
Yeah.
it
Like
because
the love
we're in
triangle.
diners
Yeah.
drinking
That's
milkshakes.
Yeah, it
and-
looked there's like a 50s aesthetic.
Yeah, and there's a
Yeah.
50s aesthetic. A lot of the cars are vintage cars, like, just to
Clothes.
add that nostalgic texture to
Especially
it.
Veronica's clothes are.
Yeah, Veronica's
kind
cool.
of mimic
They're all
the
like
comic books a little
40s silhouettes,
Yeah.
So,
The tone is vintagey.
And our director played a big part in that, Lee Krager. He was amazing. We were so lucky to work with him.
And our
Yeah.
cinematographer.
And Betty and Veronica it's a classic rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the dynamic we should expect here?
not exactly the way it is in the comics, because one thing is that Veronica is the new girl in this show, so she doesn't know anybody yet. She's just starting to familiarize herself with
Right.
these people.
And Betty's ready to take her under her wing, kind of, like show her the
Yeah,
ropes.
and Veronica arrives and see that Betty is in love with Archie, and she's like, go for him. She's kind of encouraging her, and they're teaming together.
I mean, they are the classic like frenemies because there is competition for Archie's attention, but we don't want to pin these girls against each other. It's not a constant battle. There's love there, and
They're
there's
always going to
friendship.
come back to each other, I
Right.
feel like.
It's more friendship than rivalry in our show, which I like. Let's not pin women against each other all the time.
Yes.
The setup of the show is, I don't want to say necessarily a murder mystery, because I don't think the person was murdered, but there's a body.
Yeah.
It is a murder mystery.
Okay, so
It is a murder
It
mystery.
looks like a whodunit. So
Yeah.
Right.
for you guys, are you all intrigued by the who?
We still don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Nothing.
Yeah, we have no
Roberto's
idea.
doing a very good job of
Not
keeping it
telling
from
us.
Yeah.
I know.
which I like because it
Yeah.
keeps us on our toes and,
Right.
People
People ask us, we genuinely don't know.
Right.
We can't give
Yeah.
any information away because we don't know yet. But so the first season kind of very much is about, what are you laughing at? About the murder and
Murder's
Jason
hilarious.
Blossom.
right, I guess so.
Yeah.
This Archie wants to be a musician, is that right?
Yeah. There is a lot of music in this
With
series.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
that's right.
Yeah.
Archie starts a band. There's a bit of rivalry between Josie and the Pussycats and Archie's new band, so that's going to be interesting.
Battle of the Bands kind of element in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Archie is so malleable, and some people probably don't even realize, that Archie in the comics has met the Punisher. He is
Right.
met,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
I gotta read that.
At Predator recently. There's a zombie version of
Right.
Archie. So for you guys, I mean, is it is the possibilities endless? I don't think your show's going in that direction. That would be exciting.
Who knows what kind of spin-offs there'll be?
Right.
Like, imagine a zombie kind of Riverdale.
There you go.
Pretty
Now I
epic.
want to see John Bernthal's Punisher
Yeah.
to Riverdale.
That's right.
Well, we are talking about bringing Sabrina, the teenage witch, into it
Really?
eventually.
No, not a teenage. She's not a
Well,
witch.
she's not going to be a witch, but I'm saying that character.
Oh, so
yeah.
we might meet Sabrina at some
Yeah,
point.
there might be a
I think we were
Sabrina.
We do have
in the
Josie
last
and the
episode.
Pussycats, and more characters that have kind of popped in the comic series will come along eventually. Slowly but surely, they'll make appearances.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
This is sort of a dark adaptation. I think people have compared it to Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Several times.
So
No,
that's accurate at least.
no, it
Yeah,
is accurate.
Just the tone,
Yeah.
the darker tone, the mystery, the brooding mystery. We just kind
and
of
because it starts off with the death in the beginning.
the death of like a
Yeah.
beloved,
a very popular
Yeah.
beloved
person in our town, Jason Blossom, who Cheryl Blossom is his twin sister, and she's the villain in our show. She very much is a rival against Veronica because Veronica comes in, she's like this powerhouse, girl, and Cheryl isn't used to having any competition, so Veronica kind of steps on some toes a little bit, and there's a big rivalry between those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan, and you've got a Twin Peaks alum in your show.
Machen, she plays my mom.
She is so good
Alice
at
Cooper.
playing your mom.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's
She's
great.
fierce.
The dynamic between you guys is actually really good.
Yeah, Betty and Alice have an interesting relationship. Betty,
It's crazy.
she's not
actually
super
crazy.
confident, so her mom kind of manipulates her.
And
in
even
a
in the
bunch of
clip I
different ways.
saw where she's kind of encouraging you to take, I think, Adderall.
Adderall.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, she's very controlling. She wants me to be the perfect child because my sister Polly is not. So it's up to me to be the perfect child, and Betty doesn't want that pressure on herself anymore. So you see, some cracks in these
Yeah.
characters.
In the
Classic
facade.
characters.
And then KJ, is it true that in addition to this love triangle, there's a possible romance with a teacher at the school?
There is a possible romance, and that is
It's quite possible.
it's very interesting.
Dangerous.
And
Dangerous territory.
a possible other romance as well on top of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm really excited to see where Riverdale is taking the whole Archie comics. And, the mythos.
Yeah.
Is there a premiere date, or are we still waiting on that?
It is
January
January.
2017.
January, February, yeah.
New year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a wait, but it's worth
Yeah.
it.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming by the show.
Thank you.
having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Stay tuned. Much more to come from day 3 of Comic-Con here on IGN Live after this.